Every child girl's ambition is to be a princess, but despite what Disney presents, there's a lot more to being a princess than cosmetics, haircuts, and sparkling outfits. What is that, you could ask? Here's a look at the top 10 richest princesses in the world's life. So let's start at Number 10. Princess Madeleine of Sweden, net worth $10 million. This princess was born on June 10, 1982, at Drottningholm Palace to King Carl XVI Gustaf and Queen Sylvia of Sweden. She is particularly fond of horses, and in her youth, she competed in show jumping competitions under the name Anna Svensson. Aside from horses, she has a strong love for art, which inspired her to pursue a bachelor's degree in art history. Her interests do not end there, as she also enjoys dance theatre and skiing. The princess speaks English, German, Swedish, and a bit of French too. She can be seen participating in various events with and on behalf of her father and the Swedish people. In 2012, she became engaged to Christopher O'Neill, an American financier who was born in the United Kingdom. They married a year later and now have 3 beautiful children. The family currently resides in Florida in a 15-room mansion that includes everything you'd expect from a mansion. But what I found interesting is that it has a private wing just for the children. Madeleine appears to be happy with her life in the United States, and in an interview with a Swedish magazine, she stated, "I now feel that I have good friends, especially some really nice mothers from school in the United States. Parents are incredibly present in the schools, so it was very easy to make friends with the community." Number 9. Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden, net worth $10 million. Victoria is the oldest child of King Carl XVI Gustaf and Queen Sylvia. She was born in July 1977 and was named Crown Princess in 1979. Her interests are quite the opposite to her sisters. In her young adulthood, she studied various subjects at Yale University and became an intern at the Swedish Embassy in Washington in 1999. She enrolled in a training program for young potential diplomats in 2006, where she learnt about her country's foreign and security policy, as well as key parts of international relations. She has represented Sweden abroad on numerous occasions. Her first official visit was to Japan in 2001, although she has subsequently visited numerous other nations. Her Crown Princess Victoria Fund seeks to assist children with functional limitations or chronic diseases. The foundation accepts donations from the general public and several large corporations. In 2010, she married Daniel Westling, and they have 2 children, a girl and a boy. Her life has not been without challenges, as she suffered from an eating issue for several years, which she has since conquered. Keep on watching to see who topped our list and how she spends her massive fortune. Number 8. Zara Phillips, net worth $20 million. This princess is a granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II and the 21st in line to the British throne. Zara's parents were Princess Diana and Captain Mark Phillips. As a child, she enjoyed sports and competed in hockey, gymnastics, and athletics. Her love of sports prompted her to study physiotherapy at the University of Exeter. She then pursued a career in equestrianism, which paid off when she won the Eventing World Championship in Dubai in 2006 and was named the BBC Sports Personality of the Year. She also took silver in the Summer Olympics in 2012. After a few years, she began designing her own line of equestrian gear and then developed a jewelry collection called the Zara Phillips Collection. She married rugby player Mike Tindall in 2011, and they have 2 daughters and a son. It was interesting to learn that her luck hasn't always been the best, as she once fell from her horse and broke her right collarbone many years later. And completely unrelated to horses, by the way, she was banned from driving for 6 months because she accumulated 12 points on her license. The court fined her £666 and made her pay a victim surcharge. Number 7. Princess Anne, net worth $30 million. It's Zara's mother calling. Princess Anne is Queen Elizabeth II's second child with Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. A governess was hired to look after her as a child and to guarantee that her educational needs were satisfied. She attended Benenden School in 1963 and graduated with 6 GCE O-levels and 2 A-levels. Zara probably inherited her horse-loving ways from her mother, and Zara was actually a well-respected equestrian. She won 1 gold medal in 1971 and 2 silver medals in 1975. She was also the first member of the British royal family to participate in the Olympic Games. In 1973, she married Mark Phillips and they had 2 children, Peter and Zara Phillips. I guess that Anne's love life was lacking because in 1992 the palace announced that she had filed for divorce. That same year she married Timothy Lawrence, a commander in the Royal Navy. Aside from romance and horses, Princess Anne participates in several charitable activities related to people with disabilities, health in developing countries, sports and sciences. She was a key figure in Save the Children, and she was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize in 1990. Number 6. Princess Caroline of Hanover, net worth $100 million. Let's take a break from the UK and explore what's going on in Monaco. Princess Caroline was born in 1957, the daughter of Prince Rainier III of Monaco and Grace Kelly, a former American actress who died in a vehicle accident. Her mother's parents raised her for the majority of her childhood in Philadelphia. She acquired her French baccalaureate in 1974 and continued her education in France, where she obtained several academic distinctions. Like many princesses, she is a polyglot, fluent in French, German, and Italian. I'm noticing a pattern here because guess what animal she loves? Yep, you guessed it, horses. She loves horseback riding, but also enjoys swimming and skiing. I guess Caroline refuses to settle for a mediocre love life because she has been married 3 times. Her first husband was Philippe Junot, a banker. They divorced in 1980 with no children. In 1983, she married Stefano Casiriaghi, and they later had 3 children. They divorced eventually, but the princess married again. Although they are not divorced, the couple split in 2009, and Caroline returned to live in Monaco. Number 5. Princess Stephanie of Monaco, $100 million. Princess Caroline's younger sister has been dubbed the Wild Child, and you'll see why in a moment. She attended school in Monaco and France and enjoyed classical dance, piano, gymnastics, and horseback riding. In 1982, she was in the car that caused her mother, Grace Kelly, to lose her life. Princess Stephanie also sustained some injuries, preventing her from attending her mother's funeral. She went through a difficult time after her mother's death, but she made a strong comeback and began to pursue her passions. She worked for Christian Dior for a while, then had her model debut in a Spanish magazine called Hola. Later on, she launched a swimwear line and a perfume. Her debut song was released in 1986, and her album Muson sold over 1.5 million copies. Daniel Duque and her had 2 children together before divorcing in 1996, but she had a 3rd kid in 1998, the father of whom is unknown. She appears to have a thing for circus performers because she dated an elephant trainer and later married an acrobat, Aidens Lopez Perez. Unfortunately, neither marriage lasted. Number 4. Princess Charlene of Monaco, $150 million. Princess Charlene was born in Rhodesia in 1978 to a sales manager and a former competitive driver. When she was 12, they moved to South Africa, and this is where her swimming career blossomed. She presented South Africa in several games and met Albert II, Prince of Monaco, at the Maelstrom swimming meet in Monaco. What a stroke of luck. They were smitten with each other and married in 2011. They enjoyed a great honeymoon in Mozambique, and subsequently their twins, Princess Gabriella and Prince Jacques, were born. Since then, she's a co-patron of Giving Organizations Trust, a philanthropic South African organization that works to support children and AIDS victims. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, the foundation provided masks for the inhabitants of Monaco. She had also been active in projects to raise awareness regarding rhinoceros poaching. She hasn't been in the best of health lately, but she's doing well now, and I wish her the best. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel to help us grow. Moving on. Number 3. Princess Jasmine, $750 million. This princess has an interesting backstory and is perhaps the most bitter on my list. She and her brother Jonathan were adopted from an orphanage in London in the 1960s by Lady Doria Pamphili and Frank Pogson. This wealthy royal family owns mansions in both Rome and Genoa. Jasmine and Jonathan were raised like nobles, but when their adopted mother died, chaos erupted. The estate, which included a collection of priceless artworks and a magnificent palace, was inherited by the 2 individuals who were already grown-ups. Jasmine is married with 4 children and has been attempting to prove that Jonathan is not the legal father of his first daughter Emily, who was born to a surrogate mother, a technique that is illegal in Italy. Jonathan, a gay, had no choice but to choose this path in order to have a kid. Jasmine isn't having it, and she even stated that homosexual people can have a family, but there must be a parent of both sexes in the child's life. It's all about inheritance, and I believe Jasmine wants it all for her kids, which I find amusing because none of it is actually hers anyhow. Number 2. Princess Charlotte of Cambridge, $4 billion. Finally, an adorable addition to this list, Princess Charlotte is the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's second child and the 4th in line of succession to the British monarchy. She was born in May of 2015, making her 8 years old at the time of this video's recording. This little girl, affectionately known as Lottie and Miganette by her parents, is the world's 2nd richest princess. She started at Wilcox Nursery School before moving on to Thomas's School in Battersea, where her brother Prince George also attends. The public first saw her in person in 2016, when she made her debut appearance on Buckingham Palace's balcony. She has not remained fully hidden from the public eye, as she has joined her parents to a number of engagements. One of her newest pastimes is horseback riding, which is a favourite pastime of her late grandma. Number 1. Princess Sirivanavari of Thailand, $35 billion. And the princess you've been waiting for. Number 1 on the list is the only daughter of King Vajiralongkorn. She was born in 1987 in Bangkok, Thailand. She grew up in the royal palace and was educated at British boarding schools. But when the king divorced her mother in 1996, her life became a little more complicated. Her mother moved to the United Kingdom with her, but the king arrived and brought her back to Thailand. She continued her life in Thailand, where she pursued her education. She has a Bachelor of Arts, a master's degree, and an honorary doctorate in Fine and Applied Arts, which was awarded by Chulalongkorn University. Sirivanavari, unlike other princesses, prefers badminton and has even won a gold medal in a tournament. She also enjoys fashion design and was invited to display her creations at a fashion show in Paris by Pierre Balmain. She created the gown worn by Thailand's representative in the Miss Universe Thailand 2018 competition. She has also been vocal in the development of other trendy items such as footwear, leather goods, accessories, and jewelry. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Click the one on the screen for more awesome content.